Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2004 Jeep Liberty. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, it's meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. First thing is, if you don't want to fix anything on your vehicle, if you just want to get in a vehicle and you just want to drive to California, this is not the vehicle for you. This vehicle is going to require a few things. So, you can stop the video, this is not yours. If you are okay fixing a couple things, if you're okay with a little bit of cosmetic stuff, if you're okay with all of that, you can continue. Okay, here we go. Alright, 2004 Jeep Liberty. Like I said, it's got some cosmetic stuff. It's got some other stuff we've got. These are all, every single one of them, they're all rusty on the rockers. They all do it in the same spot. So those runners are probably going to come off when I get a free moment, just because they're worthless. You can't step on them. They're no good. But as far as the underside, like as far as the frame, I have not been under there, but the auction didn't say anything about the frame being rusty. So I'm assuming that it is fine. But you know, just that part is always junk. Tires, however, they're okay. They're probably 45% or so in the rear. Probably about the same in the front, about 45%. And then the body's not horrible, other than that rocker part. It's just no real huge dents, scratches, dings, or anything like that. The interior leaves a little bit to be desired, as far as it's got some wear and tear. It's got some sun wear, some stains, stuff like that. It is still all there, but it's been used. Now the other part, just, you know, in case you were still hanging around the video to see what kind of repairs I was talking about, so first, we're just gonna go hit this first. So we've got 224,000 miles on here, and the auction said, per auto check, possible rollover or clerical error. So what that means is the 224,000 miles may or may not be the accurate miles. It may be 224,753, and somebody put on the title, no, so it's 573 on there. Maybe somebody put on the title, trying to think of, maybe somebody put on the title 353 or something, and so it appears that it goes backwards. So that, or the other option is that somebody actually replaced the cluster at some point, and you know, maybe the odometer had 100,000 miles on it, and somebody replaced the cluster with an odometer that had 50,000 miles on it, and so your cluster actually has 50,000 less miles on it. I don't know what that means. All the auction told me is, per auto check, possible rollover or clerical error. That means that the odometer may be right, it may be wrong, it may have 100,000 miles on it, it may have 700,000 miles on it. I don't know. The other thing, you got the tire pressure light on it, but that's really inconsequential. All the tires are at 40 pounds, and I noticed one that doesn't look like it has a tire pressure sensor in it. That's probably your problem. Seatbelt light, that will go off when I put a seatbelt on. The other issue is there's that oil light on there. That is, normally that would be concerning, and the reason I am not finding that concerning, and so the reason I drove it to Casey's to put gas in it, the reason I'm going to drive it on a video test drive, and the reason I'm telling you to consider it if you're not scared of a couple of repairs, is because I'm going to have you listen to it. So oil pressure light means that the computer is saying it has no oil pressure, which means that the computer is saying that there's no oil running through the motor. Listen to this motor. If there was no oil running through this motor, or there was low oil running through this motor, this thing would be noisy as heck. And so the reason I'm not concerned about that light is because that motor's running so well. And because it sounds good, it starts good, it runs good, it drives good. And the oil, like I check the oil too, because I check fluids when I get them. Obviously your level's not going to mean anything because it's running, but your oil is even a good color. And you can't really see a whole lot because of whatever, but it's even, like, it's not dark, it's not black and chunky and disgusting and whatever. It's a good color. Like, it's still a golden color. So those are all reasons why I'm not concerned. Again, if you don't know anything about cars and what I just said means absolutely nothing to you, this is probably not a vehicle for you. If the things I said to you make sense and they're logical and you have someone to help you out when and if that becomes a problem, then we can continue. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of the major repairs. So if you're still with me, let's continue. Okay, so back here, around here, like I said, it's pretty decent looking. I mean, you do have rust again. Like this is a new one for me. Like I've not seen a lot of Jeeps with that rust, but it is on there. So, but the back door does open. This opens. It does not stay up. Again, like most Jeeps, those hydraulics, they fail, just because that's just what most Jeeps do. That's what a lot of cars do, actually. Just after time, those hydraulics, they just fail. They get tired of lifting things up. So this side, you got the same rust on the rockers, but other than the rust on the rockers, the body looks pretty decent. There's not many dents, dings, really scratches or anything like that. That's really the major part of it. I've already opened the hood. You've already listened to that. There's that rust spot right up there. So again, rust is really your major issue. So we'll get in and we'll continue from here. So you can see all my windows are down, and that's just because I wanted to hear the vehicle. Driver's side window works. Passenger side window works. Rear passenger side window works. And rear driver's side window works. We also have a sunroof. Sunroof, it works. And here's your tire pressure problem right there. This front tire is reading at 0. Obviously it's not at 0. Like I said, I aired them all up to 40. So, you know, and like I said, I aired them all up to 40 and they're reading, you know, a little bit shy of 40. So some of them aren't reading exactly, but they're all reading. So and you can see that it's doing that weird LED thing. That doesn't actually do that. That's just the way that the camera reacts. So you can see my seatbelt light went off because I put my seatbelt on. Okay, I think that's it. So radio, I've not tried any of this yet, so we'll see how all of this goes. Radio. Radio works. Okay. The auction said that the air conditioning works, so I had that off just because I was trying to listen to the car. But air conditioning does work. It blows out cold. We're going to put on the four-wheel drive. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, there is part-time. You can see four-wheel drive part-time. Four-wheel drive full-time right there. I don't know if you can see that lit up right there. So we're going to go in drive. We're going to crank our wheels. And oh, off the curb. And it sure does feel like we have four-wheel drive. Okay. Back out of 4. Ouch. Jammed my nail. Okay. And here, I'm going to show you there's no check engine lights on the dash. Show you on the computer, no codes are stored in the module. And we are going to go and take it for a drive. So, four-wheel drive works, like I said. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's it. Okay, so we're gonna go take it for a drive and see what we've got. Oh, the other thing, I was going to mention, I'm going to fix my mirror so that I can see out that. But the other thing I was going to mention, the other repair that needs done is brakes. And I would like to get these done. It's really a matter of time and whether or not I get them done. Currently it's priced with them not done. The brakes are metal to metal, so I will be using them as little as possible. So again, if you are scared of repairs or you are needing to jump in the car and go to Iowa City right away, this is not the car for you, because the brakes do need done. They still stop you, but they make a hellacious noise because they do need done right away. So they are on my list. I would like to get them done, but they're not done yet. So there's your heads up, just so you know when we do brake. They are good brakes. They do stop you, but they are loud. So, okay, now we're gonna go. And now you know why I'm gonna like just roll through stop signs and all of that stuff. It has good acceleration. Do our lights. There's our left turn signal light, our right turn signal. I don't know if they're blinking at the same speed or not. I will have to check on the outside and see if they are, see if one of them is out. I'll check that when I stop up here. That means I'm going to have to actually stop. But we'll check our windshield wipers and fluid. They do work. And we'll put our cruise on, see if I've confused the people behind me yet, and set our cruise. Okay, I do not think our cruise works. I've got my cruise button and the on. It does not seem to engage. So I'm going to say the cruise does not engage. And the button, it may be that the button doesn't work because there's no, a lot of times when you press the button you'll get a light that says cruise on or off, but there is nothing. So it may be the button, it may be something else. Usually, yeah, well, there's no ABS light on or anything, so honestly I don't know exactly what it is. So but we're going to say the cruise does not engage. I'm going to turn on the hazards and see if one of my turn signals is out, or if I just imagined that one of my lights was blinking faster than the other. Nope, all my turn signals work. So I just imagined that one of my lights was blinking faster than the other. Okay, so but I don't know if you heard it. Well, I didn't do a whole lot of braking there. I don't know, you've probably noticed. Normally, if you watch many of my video test drives, you know, I usually get on the brake, but this time I did not. I went pretty slowly, so I kind of came to a stop. But I will do just a little. You can hear. There are the brakes. It is a metal to metal noise, and you do hear just like, if you're at all familiar with brakes when they're going, like you'll hear some. As you're driving, you'll hear just a little bit of metal, you know, I don't know, metal noise. Just, I don't know exactly what the term is. So, overall, if you're still with me, this vehicle does drive good. the motor sounds good, it runs good, it shifts through all the gears the way it's supposed to, the air is cold, the windows work, full-wheel drive works, everything works. You know, all your basics work, all your bones work, but it does need some stuff. It is rusty, so if you want it to look pretty, you've got some cosmetics to take care of. If you definitely first things first, you've got, if I don't get to it, you've got some brakes. You've got this oil pressure light to verify or to address. Like I said, I don't think it's an issue, but definitely something that you want to know or address. And the cruise does not work. There are some things. So this is not a perfect vehicle. It's not a vehicle that I want you getting in and driving to California and you know, whatever. I'm gonna downshift down this hill. I think it's Jake braking. Is that what it's called? I don't know. So it is a cheaper vehicle. It does need some work. It's got some body things, but the bones are here and it runs and drives good. That's kind of what we do. We offer those cheaper vehicles for someone who needs something to get you by, for someone who wants a cheaper vehicle that they can put a little bit of love into and make it work for them. So if you've got any questions, my cell phone is 309-267-7200. Thanks, guys.